Hi, Robert Bystrom here, and welcome to the Center for Expanding Possibilities with another powerful secret for creating terrible relationships, which is misunderstanding anger. Misunderstanding anger causes havoc in many people's personal and professional lives. And my intention today is to provide a perspective which might make the experience easier to understand and to deal with. So men, you need to know some things about how your body operates if you ever want to get a handle on what the experience called anger is all about. Yes, there are the emotional, psychological sides and the old history of how you were treated, and that's also very important to go through. This is about your body's part. Now, I'm not an anger management specialist, and this is not a program in anger management, although some men have used it that way to create more satisfying relational experiences. What this is a radical way of looking at a universal problem. And my motivation is to reduce the pain and the suffering which we inflict on others and on ourselves by not knowing what to do or how to think about the static and the disturbances that occur in our energy fields, and we just get so uptight. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. So, how does your body notify you that urination needs to happen? I mean, and what if your body didn't give you any lead time? Now, when you were a baby, of course, your body peed at will. And at some point, we learned that we had choice in the matter and that it was a lot more convenient for everyone if we got into the habit of planning ahead and heeding the early warning signs. Now, sometimes the warning signs aren't even physical sensations in your urinary tract, but something like opening the car door can trigger the question, might I have to pee between here and my destination? So, what's going on in the urination process? The bladder accumulates metabolic byproducts and needs to discharge them from time to time, totally natural. The system provides several levels of advance notice for the upcoming discharge and several levels of stopgap holding patterns. Now, if a person fails to respond adequately and on time to the early warning signs, the outcome will at least be messy and inconvenient and could end a person's career or something on that scale. So, all that being the case, we heed the early warning signs. And we've made responding appropriately to our body's need to discharge a habit because alternatives are too costly. Now, let's talk about what else we take in besides fluids that accumulate and need to be discharged. We take in vibrations. We take in people's words. We take in traffic noises. We take in fluorescent lighting. Radio waves. We take in vibrations in treated water, in caffeine and sugar and synthetic chemicals and radiation from the screens that we watch and the earbuds that we listen to and the MP3s. Those are all putting vibrations into our bodies. We take in the demands of work and scheduling, multitasking, and figuring out how to pay the bills. Whew. You can think of it like pressure building up in a pressure cooker or a compression system. Sooner or later, the pressure releases and it needs to release naturally or else it will explode. So either you have built-in releases or you risk a possible breakdown. You see, to our nervous systems and our immune systems, these vibrations are very real and toxic if we do not respond to the early warning signs that our bodies need to discharge. The outcome, if we don't respond, would at least be messy and inconvenient and could end a person's career or their marriage or a hard-earned reputation. What are the early warning signs for you that a release needs to occur? Is it pressure building in your face? Is it children making a certain level of sound? Is it the kids doing something that you didn't want them to do? What are the early warning signs for you that discharge needs to happen? You see, a man's triggers are those issues and experiences which he uses as an excuse or reason for blowing off steam and discharging the dissonant and damaging energy. How might your life be if you had a way of blowing off that dissonant steam, that dissonant energy that didn't have damaging results. Look, guys, in this culture, we have been stuffed into our heads and have clamped our bodies into tight control, when what is needed is a way of loosening and freeing ourselves on a regular basis and sloughing off the toxic energy of living in this modern culture, and then get back to ourselves. The simple truth is that we need to blow off steam from time to time, and if we don't give it a time and a place to happen, then it will find any excuse for expressing itself for the sake of the body's survival. Here's a new take. Violent rage is literally a person's body doing what it perceives it needs to do in order to survive. Or else the need to move and recreate stasis is stuffed and the energy implodes and damages the body. The body cannot cope with the accumulation of incompatible vibrations, so it dumps them wherever it can, just like the little boy who wets his pants. Take a look around at the culture that you are in. Emotional tight control is the rule. Tribal societies, on the other hand, have recognized forever the need to periodically reset to home, to reset to self, to realign with what is important. Breathe, make noise, move big energy and shake it off, and then repeat as needed. Laugh and smile and touch people and share food. Now, if you're not familiar with the men's dances in the South Pacific, all the way from New Zealand through Polynesia, Samoa, and Hawaii, you're in for an education in being a powerful, safe, triggerless man. And now I'll leave a link to some really excellent YouTube videos of Pacific Island men who practice dance. This is powerful stuff. The men involved are doctors, drivers, farmers, they're government workers, they're high school teachers, they're high school students and old men. And after practicing this a couple of times a week, they do not have any urge to dump the toxic vibrations at home or on their friends. Having triggers and needing to shout and scream and move big energy is not bad. We simply need to find more healthy ways to do it. Perhaps our primitive brothers have something to teach us civilized and sophisticated and controlled men. Okay? As a heads up, keep a lookout for my upcoming training for men in the 7 dimensions of communicating and for the brand new vlog, Ground Up Men. And then watch for the next proven secret to creating terrible relationships, which is trying to be someone that you are not. So until we meet again, be curious and keep breathing.